All right, friends, we've made it to volume 5 of my family reunion scrapbook series, SmithCon 2021. Here we go, volume 5. So as always, I used the same Choose Joy album cover with the silver spine because I couldn't get the pink. Still don't know how I feel about that. If they bring this pink back, I probably would swap it out, but until they do, it really does look fine on the shelf like this. I kind of like it this way, and I don't hate it this way, so I don't know why I think I don't like it. But I guess I'm a traditionalist, and I like things to match. So this is the final title page in this album series. Once again, I used our little logo that we had on our t-shirts, and then different paper packs that go along with the things that are in the album with the little, I think these are 2 3/4 inch squares. Then I was able to put a little sticker. I think this is a 5x7. So just using all the papers that I loved. If I had wanted to, I could have put some pictures of things that happened or pictures I couldn't fit somewhere else. But if I have pictures left over, I'm just not there yet. This is the thinnest of all the albums, and I may be adding some extra pages. I think I told you in episode 1 that I did find a whole box of pool pictures, pool and hot tub, that I had set aside and didn't finish. And so I may very well add a few extra layouts to this, but the only way you're ever going to know that is if you come visit me. So, here we go with volume 5. We're in the Family Olympics still. I hate to split books that way. And actually, maybe if I do those extra pool pages, I can move all the Family Olympics to this one. We'll have to see. But with this layout, I did something I haven't done in a really long time, and that's I did a cut down page. So I just put this in my trimmer and cut off 2 inches. I made sure that when I did this, because I do use the Creative Memories pages, that I carefully cut this little jeeping edge so that it still has that little angle to keep the page protector on. And then down here, in order to make it work, I cut the page protector. Let's see if I lift it up. I don't want to zoom in because of that. I don't want to, but you can kind of see on here where I just cut the page protector and use photo tape to tape it together, but you can't really see it, when you're just looking at the book. All right, sorry about that. So this one has the cut apart. And so I just did the same 2 inch squares border, alternating pictures and people. Trying to get the glare to be off of this, sorry. I thought I knew how to set the camera up so that it wouldn't do that. All right, hopefully that's a little bit better. I know I do have that one kind of glare right there, but otherwise it's too dark to see. So this was just a game where we had to see who could throw the pool noodle the farthest. But it's fun and the colors are fun. And as always, I really wanted to get a lot of people. And with this one, I really like how the top and the bottom are super regimented. But then on the middle, it's just kind of a free-for-all. And then, of course, this one just goes halfway. So they're just the same, but this top kind of border goes to both of them. All right. And now we have the bubble pages. My husband makes this bubble potion in a big 5-gallon bucket, and the kids have so much fun with it. We didn't do it in 2024, and I was sad, but the kids are a little bit older, and we didn't have a good backyard to do it in. This layout is a layout that I developed for one of the CM Sisters virtual crops. I think it was summer of 2023. That I did, and these circles are called eccentric circles. Sorry, concentric are when they're like a target. Concentric is kind of when they're off to the side. I think this was inspired actually by a card idea that I'd seen on Pinterest, but I did this with Full of Wonder, and I loved it so much, and I had so many bubble pictures, like so many bubble pictures. You're going to see this layout in various iterations for the next several pages. But I think the bubbles worked so well with the Full of Wonder. They kind of have that iridescent shimmer to them. And even though the Full of Wonder doesn't have iridescent, it kind of has that watercolory effect. And okay, I'm sorry. Here you go. Many, many, many pages of bubbles because I couldn't stop. So this one, this was a layout I did for my Alzheimer's fundraiser crop this year. This one's a little simpler. It doesn't have those eccentric circles on it, but be ready. So here we go with more of the circles. I just think it worked so well with these bubbles to have, you know, some circles of paper, some circles of picture, and then all the little circles in the bubbles. Just, I couldn't stop, y'all. I kept doing bubble pages. I had, you know, my husband, I had my nephew, my nieces, my daughter. I just had to keep going with the bubbles. Oh, is that all I did? I only did 4 layouts? Oh, go me. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Haha. And then we did this candy bar game where my brother like gives us clues and you have to guess what candy bar it is. And who doesn't love a game where everyone wins a candy bar? And then, you know, again, I had more pictures than I really could fit. So we did a peekaboo pocket, 6x12. That's Katie right there making the funny face. She's so awesome. And then once again, I did the silhouette like I did with the tie-dye, and everybody's showing their different candies that they got, which is fun. And it's funny because, you know, we used to do, like, I feel like in the 90s, we did a lot more silhouetting, and now I don't see it as much, but it was really fun, and I love the way the layouts turned out. Again, nobody's floating in space. And you got to be careful with that when you do silhouette and cut out photos. You don't just have them floating in space, but if you ground them by putting them like on a base, which is kind of what this is, then, you know, that I think makes it work better. And maybe you don't like it, and if you don't, then you don't have to do it. Of course, you know, we're at a family reunion. Our goal is to be together, and everybody's on their phones. And so we've got lots and lots of pictures of people on their phone. Some of the dads had to work. Juan was doing a job interview, playing on their phones, laptops, you know. But I thought it was fun. It was kind of the, you know, not unexpected for 2021. And I believe that this layout was actually the Serenity project recipe, the official project recipe from Creative Memories. I think it was supposed to be with these along the sides, and I just turned it and it worked fine. And again, I've told you this before, I ignored the boxes. You know, this is a photo mat right here, and I put 2 pictures, and just you be you, and don't worry about, you don't have to be a conformist. You don't have to fit your photos into somebody else's box. Okay, this one doesn't have a title, and that is not good. It needs a title because this is the layout of all the people at the 2021 reunion, looking at all the scrapbooks from the 2018, the 2015, the 2012 reunions, and a couple other trips where we got together as a family. So I just would stack them, and I bring all of them, and it's getting heavy. You know, I think we're up to like 20 scrapbooks, but this is my favorite thing when I see the people looking at the scrapbooks, and I'm really disappointed in myself that this doesn't have a title yet. It will. I've told you that with the last ones. Did I do this layout for a Savvy Scrapbookers video? I might have, with the wavy lines. I really like how this turned out. And this is just everybody out on the back deck. There was this big kind of swing, and it was just a great place to hang out. So they're just random pictures. That's basically exactly what I said. The back deck was a fun place to hang out, especially the giant bed swing. And then these are just kind of random pictures. This is, again, the Feeling Bright paper that was from a secret box in 2022. Just random. These are actually cousin pictures together. So anytime I had pictures of different cousins together, I put them on these layouts because it was so much fun. And I love the bright colors and all of that. So then we go from these really bright layouts to this very subtle layout. And that was Allie's baptism. In our church, when a child is 8, they can choose to be baptized. And we got permission to do Allie's baptism there in the lake. I don't know if we got permission from anybody at the lake, but we got permission from the church to do it. And so we were able to put that in. This one I used a bunch of peekaboo pockets just because I had a few extra pictures that I wanted to put in that were kind of the same. And okay, just those 3. All right. And I used the Serenity again. These were the Serenity Fast to Fabs. So it kind of has a change of feel to have the baptism pictures and then all of us at the beach. Well, I say beach, it was very rocky, but it was beautiful. We went early in the morning on Sunday, about 8 o'clock, and there were no swimmers at this part of the lake. And so it was just very, very pretty. And then we went back to the house and had our little birthday party, and of course had some donuts. So these were this is the Serenity Fast to Fab paper. So that made that really fast. You guys know I've talked about the Fast to Fabs, the pages, but these are the Fast to Fab inspired papers, and they work pretty much the same way, except you don't have to do a whole book because you just use them for the pages that you need. And we always have puzzles going. And so these are just random pictures. So you see that there's people wearing different clothing. So these are just the random puzzle pictures from throughout the week that we were there together. One of the other things we decided to do this time was a beauty salon. We tried to do hair dye. Turns out that my hair won't take dye. Some of the little kids' hair won't take dye. She's got pink hair dye. I've got pink hair dye. Didn't work at all. This paper is actually one of the simple page kits from this year from Creative Memories. This was the Valentine one. So as you can see, it's got the heart and the pink and the red. For whatever reason, I ordered way too many of this particular page kit. So I was happy to just use it for whatever. And I think it worked really well. I like the stripes, kind of like a barber pole-ish, but it worked really well to be this beauty salon, and just kind of tied it together. And again, because it was pre-printed, it made these layouts go fairly quickly. I think this is the cut apart page. Yeah, I don't know. So super simple, no journaling. And I'm annoyed at myself because I thought that these albums were done and they're not. So feel free to, at some point in the future, you don't have to do it in the comments today, but at some point in the future, if you watch this video again in 6 months, feel free to ask me if I finished the journaling yet. We did nails, we did hair. It was fun. Cassie is one of the twins. I did Dax, a layout on Dax a couple albums ago, and this is Cassie. They are twins, and she was, I think they were 5 at this time, and so just the littlest ones are always the cute ones. I always talk about peak cuteness. This paper is Super Duper Girl, and it was really fun for me to be able to use all these different pinks and yellows and purples with cute Cassie. We love to do temporary tattoos. Katie brought those, and I don't have as many pictures of the tattoo process as I thought that I did, but this was the Birthday Bonanza project recipe that I had pre-made when we did a project recipe class back earlier in the year, maybe even last year. I don't remember when Birthday Bonanza came out, but I had this layout already done, and it worked with my photos. And I even put the pictures on the mats. I don't always do that. I think I did add a couple extra circles on here, but it was fun. This one I did for Denim Revival. Some of these were Savvy Scrapbookers. This might have been Savvy Scrapbookers. If it was, I'll put a link to this in the description. But these are, just cousin. Oh, these are sibling pictures, actually. All of these are siblings. I did a cousin layout earlier, and all of these are just siblings that we caught together and put, got pictures of them together. This one is just for fun. They were playing on Snapchat, so I got kind of these creepy photos, put those on. And then these little pictures of Cassie sitting by the window. She's just so cute. I already told you that. So I hope that this layout, this title doesn't ever, make anybody sad. But I don't mean to compare Cassie to a doggy in the window, but boy, she was cute. And I just was glad I had these pictures of her. This one, some of you might recognize. This was a Croptoberfest project recipe. Oh boy, maybe from 2019, 2018. I don't know how far back it went. One I had not used, but it worked together. They were playing this silly game, a video game where like you design a t-shirt or something. And in fact, at the reunion 2024, a couple of people had the t-shirts that had the Nice Feet Princess and Which Katie Is This, which we laughed about to no end at this reunion. And even though it doesn't translate very well, it still makes me happy to see these layouts. All right, so Colty's the youngest of the cousins. I think there are a couple other layouts just of him. This was the Essentials paper pack. It's got some foil on it, so there's a little bit of silver shimmer in here on these. And maybe this was a virtual crop sketch. I don't know. Maybe I made it up on my own, but just, you know, had these pictures. But what I did on this that I really think worked well is that I traced around every picture with a silver fine tip pen to kind of make a little pseudo matte. And I think that really made a difference. You guys have seen me do that in some of my other layouts where I use it, where I trace around letters. This time I traced around the pictures. Poor little Dax cut his foot at the lake. And so we had to do a little bit of first aid on him. And Dax loves Iron Man. And so we made him an Iron Man suit out of foil. And he wore it around for a while. He was so cute. We said it would speed his healing. This one I know was a virtual crop sketch. It's a bunch of the Totally Tonal papers and border stickers. And it's just some arm wrestling pictures. I don't know if they were really arm wrestling or they're pretending to arm wrestle. This is possibly my favorite layout in this whole album series. I brought with me to the reunion this Creative Memories lined paper. I cut it into 4x6 pieces, both horizontal and vertical, and I asked people to write down some memories. And it was just really fun, as I was putting this together 3 years later, to read different things. You know, someone who said, I love the candy bar game at the reunion. My favorite, two of my favorite moments was when Bennett got a fast break bar. It was not what he wanted, so he threw it right over the edge down the rocky hill. And then Princeton traded for the look candy bar and kept telling people to look at things and putting the look bar where he wanted people to look. So, and to make Miguel, my sister's husband, is originally from Mexico, to make Miguel feel at home, Princeton even changed it to Mira. So that was funny. And, you know, here, this is mine. I think my favorite thing was seeing everyone looking at the scrapbooks of all our previous reunions. It's like having 4 reunions at once. Riding a jet ski solo was one of the most transcendental experiences of my entire life. Michelle's joke, hi, I'd like to obtain a singing ensemble. Do you mean a choir? Okay, I'd like to acquire a singing ensemble. And then she said, I slept on the top bunk in our room and kept smacking my head on the light fixture above the bed. So this part, you know, they didn't go back and journal, but these are the things that I love. Dax was sitting on my lap during the candy bar game and told me I like to snuggle and hug and keep people warm. You guys, just this page, if nothing else of this album survives, I want these pages, these pictures, these little notes to survive, because that was absolutely my favorite thing, to have these memories, not by me, written by other, you know, other people in, you know, in our family, because I'm the one that does the scrapbooking. So you guys always know what I think. I always write the journaling. This was a way for them to kind of write the journaling. And then Erica's birthday is in January, and we never get to celebrate her birthday. And she had turned a milestone number that has a 5 in it. And so because we weren't able to be together in January when she had her real birthday, we celebrated it here. I think, I guess I did stick this one down. I mentioned earlier that I had those extra pictures from the pool, and I think they're going to go in here somewhere. I think I can fit them. I think somewhere back here I had 2 pages that were 2 half pages. Maybe I don't. Oh yeah, between Iron Man, Dax, and anyway, one of these right here, I can easily put, you know, add those other pictures in of the pool and the hot tub and the pool deck. So I'll probably be adding 5 or 6 pages to this at some point. Right now I'm caught up doing another project, and so I'm not super excited about going back to this, because I did work for so many months getting this reunion project done. But I'm so glad that I did it. Of all the scrapbooks that I do, this series that I've done for my family reunions, which I'm going to be putting, by the time you watch this, I hope that it will all be in a playlist on my YouTube channel, so you can see all the reunion albums from all the years. But this one with my extended family is probably one of the most special to me. And again, because of this, you know, the stories behind the photos. I mean, that's what I love. Says the girl who, of course, didn't do any journaling in most of this album, but I am going to do it. So thank you so much for watching. I know I haven't been really good at doing album flip throughs. It's because I haven't been finishing albums. I have a couple of albums in the works that I need to get back to. I stopped them I'm working on my 2020 album, and I got to tell you, I'm not loving 2020. I didn't like it at the time, and I'm not loving going back. So I put that aside to do this family reunion album, and so that's why I haven't really had any album flip throughs to show you for a while. I know I can pull out some older ones, and I'll try to remember to do that. So if you're one who likes the album flip throughs, please tell me in the comments. I don't know if you guys like them or not. I never thought that anyone would care to look through my albums with me, but I sure had fun going through these 5 family reunion albums and sharing with you some of the stories about my family and, of course, the scrapbooking part of how I put the layouts together. So I'll be back very soon. Savvy Scrapbookers is always on the second Wednesday of the month. Theme Park Thursday is still going for a few more weeks at least. And new product previews, and who knows, every now and again I'll come in with a tutorial, something that's not Disney or family reunion related. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my YouTube community, and for all your comments and your interactions with me through email, YouTube, or on Facebook. Hope you have a great day, and happy scrapbooking.